YouTube channel. My name is Tsukumkhosi. If you're new here on my channel, hi and welcome. If this is not your first time here on my channel, hi and welcome back. Um, so I hope everybody is okay, and yeah, I hope everybody's okay. And if you see this video in the morning, good morning. If it's in the afternoon, good afternoon. And if it's in the evening, good evening. And if you're about to get sleep, good night in advance, right? So today's video is about why this guy hates me, right? So yeah, it's a video about how this guy hates me, and he hates me because of my earphones. He hates me because of my earphones. Sorry, I just that I'm distracted by something. He hates me because of my earphone one. Imagine someone hating you because of your earphones, right? So this is how the story begins, right? So it was back in 2014. I'm new at the school, and I'm doing grade 10. I just recently changed schools, and I went to a new school and everything. And where the school was located, it was closer to home. So it's either I can walk or take a taxi. But with me, I walked to school, right? And it would take maybe 45 minutes to walk to school, right? So if I took a taxi, maybe it's 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes if I took a taxi. Even less than 15 minutes, but when I walked, it was around 45 minutes to an hour. It depends on how you walk, right? So yeah. So this is what happened, right? So it was first term and everything. And bear in mind, before I even continue the story, bear in mind that at school they did not allow phones for a specific reason. And yeah, they did not allow phones and everything. But with me, I took my phone to school, and I somehow could sneak in my phone, and they did not know. Even if they did not know. Hey, they did not know, but they sneaked in my phone, right? I mean, I could sneak in my phone. So okay, fine. So this is what happened. It was first time. I think it was around Valentine's time. You see those Valentine's Day and everything. So it was a week before Valentine's. This guy, we were in the same grade, but we were doing the same subjects. But there are two subjects that he didn't. There are two subjects that I did that he didn't do. He did tourism and maths. I did accounting. I did commerce subjects. So if you're in another country, commerce is when you're doing accounting, business studies, economics with pure maths. Of course, the compulsory subjects, it was obviously maths. And then the other compulsory subject was English and LO, right? English, LO, and another additional language, right? So yeah, and our English and English was our home language. It depended on which school you went to. Some other schools, English was their first additional, and their home language was then the other language was home language, which with us English was home language, and then the other languages it was our first additional, right? So yeah, and then he did general, so he did the same as me, but the difference is he didn't do accounting and maths lit. He didn't do accounting with pure maths. He did tourism with maths lit, right? So okay, cool, right? I think it was a week before Valentine's. You see, as at school, where we every year we would celebrate Valentine's Day every Fridays, especially if you're in high school. And then go primary, we celebrated Valentine's on the day. if Valentine's Day was on a Monday, we would celebrate it Monday. If it was on a Tuesday, it was Tuesday. There was no such thing that if Valentine's Day was Monday and we would celebrate it Friday. No. And then we wear home clothes and everything. We celebrated like Valentine's Day on that specific day. But that's not about that, right? So a week before, bear in mind, I mean, I was in high school, grade 10 and everything. I even still remember it was a week before, it was on a Wednesday, right? It was, yeah, it was on, if it was not on a Tuesday, it was on a Wednesday. This guy came to me and he was like, yo, how do you get in with your phone? I was like, I have a way of like sneaking in my phone, right? Even if they didn't, like, they did not see me, even if like we got searched every day when we got into school, but I still managed to like sneak in my phone, right? And I will not tell you guys how I sneaked in my phone. Maybe I'll tell you at the end of the video, but yeah. So okay, fine. He's like, yo, how do you sneak in your phone and everything? He's like, guys, like, I have a way of sneaking in my phone. Bear in mind, he also sneaks in his phone. He's asking me that, and he has a motive of asking me for my earphones, right? So fine. He was like, yo, I love your earphones. Like the way like my earphones were designed to do, they were really lovely and everything. So he's like, yo, I like your earphones. No, he's like, how do you sneak your phone and everything? And fast forward, we are talking about earphones, right? He was like, I like your earphones and everything and how they are designed and everything, right? He was like, can you please like borrow me your earphones, right? So my earphones I was using at the time, grade 10, I was using Samsung. So the Samsung that I was using, I don't know if some of you guys remember, you see that like Samsung name, you see that string, there's this one string that was longer and then there was one string that was shorter, and then the longer one you put it around your neck and then you can put the earpieces in your, like in your earpieces inside of the, like inside of your ears, right? So okay, fine. He was like, yeah, I like the way your earphones are designed and everything, like they're very unique and everything, right? He's like, yeah, I also love them and everything, and I also love the design, right? He was like, yeah, in and stuff like that. So fast forward, he was like, can you please borrow me your earphones and then I'll give them back tomorrow, which is the next day was Thursday. Let me just say this happened on Wednesday. And then I borrowed him and then he's like, I'll give you tomorrow before the end of school day, like before after school. He was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll borrow you my earphones, right? Okay. Fine, right? Fast forward. Okay, I borrowed him my earphones, right? After borrowing him my earphones, I borrowed him my earphones. The next day, he was like, okay, when it's time for it, okay, the next day comes, right? So when it's time for him to give me back my earphones, guess what? He was like, no, I left your earphones at home, but I will definitely bring them back tomorrow, right? I was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, tomorrow comes, which was on Friday. And then I was like, dude, can I please have my earphones now? Because he said, you just borrow, like, what he got him, right? What he, like, yes, bolek, yeah, like, what he got him, right? Just like what he got him, a fella and stuff like that. So I was like, no, I'll give you on Monday. I forgot them today as well. I was in a rush and everything. He made up like just this excuse, right? So after that, on Monday, oh, bear in mind, this is the very same week. I think Valentine's Day was during the week, and then Friday we were gonna celebrate it at school, right? There was so like, you know how schools are, right, and everything. So on Monday, guess I asked him for my earphones early in the morning, right, before we even go to class. I was like, dude, can I please have my earphones now? And then he was like, Guess what he says, right? Guess what he says? He's like, in order for you to get your earphones back, you have to pay me. You have to like give me money for in order for you to get your earphones back, right? And I was like, in my head, I was like, what? I should pay you for my earphones? I was like, no, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is really, really ridiculous. Imagine me paying for my things to get them back. I was like, no. Like, there is no way that I'm going to pay for my, in my head at that time, I was like, yo, I'm not going to just pay for my earphones, right? And then after that, I was like, yo, I will never do that. I will never really do that. And it's like, oh, okay, if you're not gonna pay me, if you're not gonna pay me, then you want to get your earphones then. So he was like, I told him, I was like, oh, he was like, I was like, I can't pay you and everything. I was like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, he said that. After saying that, he was like, okay, what do you come to school with in the morning? They don't they give you what's this? Don't they give you like they don't like at home, don't they give you like money like for snacks and everything, and you like money like for, like to buy snacks? And I was like, no, I only have lunch, like a lunch box, and has everything inside, right? And then after that, he was like, oh, okay, well, ask your mother. He's like, ask your mother to give you something, like to give you like some cash. Just tell her that you want to take a taxi to come to school, because he knew that I walked to school. And I was like, dog, you just tell me I should ask my mother to give me money so that I can give you, right? And then he was like, yeah, you must give me, you must ask your mother and everything. So I was like, I don't know why I agreed to ask my mother, but I eventually, I think I eventually asked my mother. I was like, Mama, could I check that transport and every, like, Mom, can I please have like transport money so that like in the morning and everything and stuff like that. My mom was like, but all along you didn't have a problem about walking, like all of a sudden you want to take a taxi, right? He was like, no, just for this week and everything. My mom was like, to go, must you agreed and everything. And he, like, we didn't get into it like really that much. And then after that, I think my mother also noticed that I stopped using my earphones, because she was like, where are your earphones? Like, no, they're still there and everything. And we were like, oh, okay, cool. It didn't really, like, she didn't like, talk to me about it like that much. So okay, the next day I was like, I doctor, I just made up this line. I can't remember, but I know that I made up a lie about something, right? About my mother not giving me money and everything. So after that, he was like, oh, okay, you're not gonna give your earphones back, right? So I was like, oh, okay. And the next day, and then after that, the next day on Wednesday, he like, no, you ask your mother to give you money. But at the same time, looking back, I think he needed money, like some extra cash for like the Valentine's Day and everything. That we were celebrating like that week, right? So after that, he was like, oh, okay, you're not gonna get your earphones and everything. So after that, you know what I did? I think I did give him some money. I did, but I didn't really give him like the full amount that he wanted, because he wanted 50 rand. So I think I only gave him 10 rand, because he even said like, you can even pay me like half, like half. So I gave him like 10 rand, and I was like, after that, I was like, no man, imagine me paying for the things that I own. It's like paying someone. Sorry guys, let me. It's like it's like paying someone. It's like paying someone for using. It's like paying. It's like someone. But they are not the same. It's like you are paying someone to sleep in your house. It's like doing that, right? It's like doing that. So like, okay, fine. I was like, hey man, this is Ultra PS. This is Ultra PS. I can't be like paying for my own stuff and everything. So fine. I got to okay. There's this other girl in his class. I talked to her. I was like, hey, this is what's going on. And he's like, can't you see this guy is playing you, and he's trying to use you, and he's trying to manipulate you, and he's trying to abuse you because okay. First thing first, the area that I lived in, it's a suburb. I still live in the area. It's a suburb, and where I live, it's closer to to a certain area where we are just like the where I live. It is just divided by an open space, and then next to that open space is that area. So that area has like a lot of estates, right? So sometimes I was confused because like the letters we received, sometimes they would write in that area, sometimes it wouldn't write. The thing is, when writing in that area, it would write in our area. Like, for instance, for an example, it's like saying I live in Hemphill, but the letters write Klipspruit, right? Sometimes they don't write Klipspruit, they don't write exactly Hemphill, right? So that's why, that's what I'm trying to say, right? So I don't live in Soweto, but I used to live there and everything. So yeah. So sometimes I would say I'd live in that area. Sometimes I was like, no, I just live like next, like right next to the area. So yeah, and then at school they didn't understand that, and they thought when I say I live in that area, I live like I'm in the estate and everything. So okay. Oh okay. Well, I even forgot what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, I tell this girl, I will tell you what, this is what's going on and everything. It's like, oh, this guy is trying to manipulate you, and he's trying to use you. He's trying to like milk you money, and he's trying to bully you, right? So he's like, no, I'll talk to him so that he can give you back your earphones, right? Fine. The day comes. Okay, fast forward. It became Valentine's Day. Friday, everything. How? Okay, Monday, he was like, "Hi, give to her earphones back." He's like, "What earphones?" I was like, "Don't." The girl's like, "Don't act smart with me. You know what I'm talking about. Give to her earphones back." And he was like, "No, but she borrowed me. But you are pay. But you're asking her to pay you for her earphones back. Like, is that?" That's utter madness. You can't be like asking someone to pay you for their like belongings, right? He was like, no, in any, but we made an agreement. Even if it's an agreement, you don't do that to someone and everything. Give her back her earphones. He's like, no, I'll give her back. Monday became Tuesday, said the same thing. Wednesday, same thing. Give her back her earphones. Same thing. The whole week. He didn't get the whole week. This girl has been following this guy back, like on his back and everything. So this guy, so in bear in mind, before I even told the girl, I was like, I even talked to his friends. I was like, daughter, please talk to your friends. I want my earphones back now. He's like, no. I was like, hey, it's not my problem. She was like, no, it's not my problem. Eh, it's an agreement between you guys. It's not my problem. You guys will deal with it. So that's what made me to go to the girl. She was like, oh, okay, now this is 2.5 weeks, right? This guy's not giving back my earphones, right? So this girl's like, you know what, let me go to this guy, this other guy. So the guy that owes me earphones, I'll call him Tato. And I won't say his real name because it will give off into who it is. And the Zulu name, like his name is similar to another name, so I will not say who it is. But with me, I'll just say Tuto, right? I'll just say Tato because Tato and Tuto are similar, like they're similar names, right? So he was like, I'll give him Tato, and the other guy, uh, the girl was talking to, I'll name him Stapora, right? So he was like, hey, okay, it's like, you know what, I'll talk to Stapo. She gave it to me and she was like, since this guy doesn't want to give you your earphones back, I'll go and talk to Stapora. And I for sure know, Uti, if Stapora tells him to give you your earphones back, you'll definitely get your earphones back. And then Stapora, you know this girl, I'll call her Riabetu. Rehabetwe, he was like to stop, and she even talked, like she even said it in front of this guy, and she was like, Stapura, this is what's happening, and this guy doesn't want to get, and we were in class at that time, this is what's happening and everything, and in front of everyone, he was like, this is what's happening, Stapura was like, hey, daughter, give the girl her earphones back. I didn't know what he did. He took them out, and after that he stopped talking to me. After Stapura talked to him, and he gave me my earphones back. After giving my earphones back, Tato stopped talking to me. He stopped talking to me, and he kept on like going. I think he no. Oh, I think when they asked him, why you're not talking to Tuto? He's like, and then what I remember is when they asked, he was like, he kept on telling people, why are you not talking to you? He was like, nah. Sometimes he would say like, yo, I hate this girl and everything, I hate her. But when they asked him, why do you hate her? He would not tell them the reason why. So I think he hated me because of my earphones. Right? He hated me I think he hated me from that time. I exposed him, and I exposed him, and he hated me because I didn't give him the money that he wanted. So yeah, that's the story, guys. He hated me, right, for my earphones. He hated me for my earphones. Imagine someone hating you for your thing. And then on top of that, you have to pay. Imagine I have to pay someone. Imagine I bought this labello. Imagine paying someone to give you your labello back. Imagine paying someone to pay you your pencil back. Imagine someone paying you. Imagine something that you bought, something that in fact you didn't buy it, your parents bought it for you, then you have to pay for it. So I think he took advantage that I lived near I think, okay, a lot of people at school, especially in my grade, they thought I lived at an estate, but bear in mind, I live in a complex. I didn't live in an estate. I still live in the complex, and I think they thought I lived in an estate, but bear in mind, we lived next to the estate, right, and everything. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. I don't know if this is a story time, but in fact, this is a story time, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention to you guys that this guy, first part, this guy, he lives around my area. He lives around where I know he lives, but he doesn't know where I live. So every time when he sees me, he laughs. Like you see those sarcastic laughs and everything. So okay. Um, guys, I forgot to tell you guys that this guy lives around my area. He's going to be living in the suburbs. So this guy lives around my area, and I would always see him. I would always see him when we go to the shops, right? Because we both live like near shopping center, and then sometimes we would by where I pass by like the shopping center. Sometimes we go to the park, right? Cause Mina, I live like 2 minutes away from the park, but he doesn't. He still doesn't know where I live. I know he lives, but he doesn't know where I live, right? So yeah, I forgot to mention that I always see him, and he always like you see that look like that sarcastic thingy and everything. He always does that, and it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's what I forgot to mention to you guys. And yeah, yes, guys, and I hope please take care of yourselves, guys. And I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And I love you guys, man. Please take care of yourselves, babies. Please, please, my loves, my babies, my yo. And yeah, love you guys, and may God be with you guys. And yeah.